Hello, everyone. Hello, friends. Hello, family. This is no other person but Dan Ogamba, the son of Africa. Welcome to our podcast. Welcome to our podcast today. We welcome everyone joining us. We are sorry for the little bit of delay. I know we are running approximately 5 minutes late, but when you are busy, you are busy. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for joining us. Those in TV land, ladies and gentlemen, you are welcome. If you're on X, if you're on Twitter, whichever platform you are on, Facebook, Instagram, whichever platform you are on, we are live. We are live. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome you and we'll give you thanks for dialing into our platform and bringing this platform to where it is today. Today in studio with me is no other person but my one and only sister, Christina. She's here with us. She's here with us, and she's gonna be representing one of the biggest daycare center in the state of Minnesota and one of the most vibrant daycare center in the state of Minnesota. We're gonna be treating topics here, and the topic we're gonna be treating is education and empowerment. We're gonna be treating that today, and we're gonna go for 1 hour doing our podcast. Ladies and gentlemen, I welcome you all. I welcome you all. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for joining us. Sis Christina, you are welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. How you been?
I've been well. How
That's
are you?
good. It's a beautiful day. Busy, but it's a beautiful day. It's a beautiful day. How is things with the family, the children? I know you guys are busy over there.
Very busy. All is well. God has been good. So
That's good.
oh God, thank you.
That's good. That's good. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, we are kicking off our program. I know you guys are excited to hear all the advertising we've been doing, all the promotion we've been doing. I know you guys are excited. I was anticipating on my sister, Miss Ophelia Zioga, to be here, but unfortunately, she's not here. But I know Christina carried the weight, and she will be able to make it. Thank you, thank you, thank you for joining us. Thank you for joining us. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. And you guys are surprised. My co-host is not sitting right by me. He's here with me. He's here with me. And at the end of the program, you're going to be seeing him as well. Ladies and gentlemen, we are going to move on straight into our podcast tonight. And Sis Christina, I would like for you to look straight into the camera, reintroduce yourself to our people out there in TV land. Who is Christina? Can you please?
Yes, I can. Hello, everyone. My name is Christina. Christina Frazier. I am here representing not only myself but my family, the Ziogar family. We are the owners and operators of Christina's Child Care Center. We are in Crystal, Minnesota, as well as Brooklyn Park, Minnesota. I am a mother. I'm a daughter. I am a teacher, entrepreneur, a student, all of the above.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Get comfortable, feel relaxed. This is your home and this is your studio as well. With us being in this 21st century and the way things are going in this 21st century, internet have showed up, social media have showed up, AI is now taking its place, and something keep coming up since we started this podcast: children, youth, and family. Since we started this podcast, there is nobody we ever invited here that our conversation and our discussion don't go back to family, meaning the children, the elders, and the way in which families are run these days, and what the effect of social media is, what the children are going through in the educational background and purposes. We have interviewed a lot of people. Every time, even if we are doing empowerment, Christianity, whatever discussion we're having, it goes back to education and empowerment.
It's the foundation. That's why.
There you go. It already started. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So we're going to go straight ahead into all our questions that we have here for you. I believe you're well to do and ready to go ahead with our podcast today. First question I'm going to be treating with you today will be economical growth. Economical growth. The question to you today, Christina, um, what are the most effective strategies for building a sustainable generational wealth within the Black community today? Strategies.
Yes, that's actually a wonderful question. I think one of the best strategies is, if it's a family owned business like ours, is that unity and bringing everybody together. Um, Sometimes it doesn't always go that way. So I would say building your village, meaning the staff who you hire, the people that will be around, even if they're not working, but sometimes you have close family, close friends who will come and help build and nurture that business or whatever it is you're starting. So, any strategy or any business that you would like to start, the first strategy is to plan everything out on how it's going to go, because no one man is an island. And as a family establishment, we know that.
Wow, wow, wow. That's a beautiful answer. No one man is an island. You understand? And with that in our community today, especially in the Black community, people are shying away from that a lot. A lot of people are shying away from that because people they bring in their uncle, their nephew, and nieces, and by the time you realize the uncle stole $10,000, the auntie write a check to herself, take the debit card to Sam's Club and things like that. In our community, it's a technical thing to build what you guys have. It's a very technical thing, but we'll get to that. I'm going to move on to my next question, in which I have for you. We're going to be treating education and youth with my next question. How can local mentorship and educational program better prepare Black youth for future leadership?
I love that question. I would say start with the schools. If we can get some of these classes, and not only the schools, because sometimes these classes are available, but our children are not tapping into those resources that are there at the schools. So I would say for parents, getting involved, knowing the classes your students are taking. I'll use myself as an example. Back when I was in high school, my mom was really big on the classes I chose, and my dad. I remember my dad told me, you're going to need to take a computer class because one day computers are going to be what we depend on. And I actually took an introductory typing class, and that helped me learn how to type. And that was in like 10th grade. So I carried that with me through college, took a couple of classes just to learn those different platforms and Word documents, all that stuff, and know how to use it.
Yeah.
Now, going back to the schools, for parents to be more mindful, meeting with your children counselors. A lot of parents don't go to the school. These kids are picking their own classes. Usually we're picking all the electives just to get the grade we need to get out of there, but we're not really thinking about the future and the type of classes that will help better our future and help us with whatever it is that we would like to do in the future.
Wow, wow, wow. You spoke like a well. You did your homework. You did your homework, and it shows in the administration at Christina Child Care Center. It shows in the administration center because I can say not too many child care center in the state of Minnesota have started one and started two and still growing. Hopefully by the grace of God, sometime in the future, I believe you guys are going to be looking at the third building or looking at the fourth building. Because the thing is, once the job is done right, it lasts forever.
Yes.
You understand? And we here in the state of Minnesota, especially we here in the Black community, appreciate what you guys are doing over there at Christina Child Care Center. And you mentioned something very, very important: the foundation. The foundation. It has always boiled down to the foundation, and that's where you come in. And that's where you come in. I'm going to move ahead and move to the next question, in which I have for you guys. Entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurship. What can institutions and community members do to better support Black-owned businesses?
Funding. Funding is big. I mean, you can have the plan, you can have the dream, you can have the resources, but if you don't have that capital to start the business, get it off the ground, it's so hard. Especially for Black owned businesses like entrepreneurs who are going up against other entities that are already well established,
Yes.
been in the business for decades.
Multi-million-dollar companies.
Thank you. And they have the capital. They have the foundation. They have those resources.
Yeah.
And a lot of the resources are not easily available to Black-owned businesses where you feel like you have to fight to get it. You can't give up. You got to keep going. You got to keep going. You got to keep knocking on 20, 30 doors just to get one yes versus another business doing the same exact thing just because they are who they are. I would say white people. Yeah. They have that available to them. They can knock on the first door and their people will be willing to take that risk on them before they ever look at a Black company. And that's the hard part in all of this.
Wow. So that brings us to the same old position. It's not what
it's who
people think it is. You know what I'm saying? Everybody running around talking about, oh, why Blacks cannot establish banks? Why Blacks cannot establish company? Why Blacks cannot establish factories? Why can't we do this? Why can't we do that? Why can't we do this? Why can't we do that? The key thing there is we don't have the funding, we have the credit, we have the technical know-how, but when Mr. Jones and Kofi walk into the bank, Mr. Jones walk in there with 700 credit score. Kofi walking with 700 credit score. Mr. Jones walk away with $4 million. Kofi walk away with a piece of paper telling him he should try again.
Yep,
being
or
denied.
We don't have enough information, or we don't see enough of what it is that you want to do.
Yes, you don't have enough foot track. You have to establish foot track. You know, it's a difficult thing. It's a difficult thing. Ladies and gentlemen, we welcome you all in our studio. We welcome you all. Welcome you all. Those on X, those on Twitter. We say share. Today in studio with me is my sister Christina here, representing Christina Child Care Center Incorporated. They are based. What's your address?
So for our Crystal location, we are at 5510 West Broadway, Crystal, Minnesota. And then our Brooklyn Park location is 7516 Brooklyn Boulevard, Brooklyn Park, Minnesota.
7516 Brooklyn Boulevard. 7516 Boulevard. I believe that's the new one, right?
It is.
7516 Boulevard. It's a beautiful building. We were able to stop by there for the opening. And I used one picture that I took from there for my screensaver, the one with the map of Africa in the back. Oh, it was beautiful. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. Yes. We'll move on with our question today. We're going to have fun, Sis Christina. My next question to you comes from civic engagement. Civic engagement. You know, let me ask you this question before I say what I want to say. What role does local community organizing play in long-term political and systematic reform? What role?
That's a very hefty question.
You know, just the election just ended, right?
Yes, we're gonna break it down. And speaking of the election, I don't live in Brooklyn Park, but my parents do. And I saw that there was a Brooklyn Park resident that posted there are 84,000 people that live in the city of Brooklyn Park. And only 11,000 and a couple hundred showed up to vote. And that speaks volumes because it shows that we're living, we're in the community, we're thriving, but we're not going out to vote for these leaders. All we do is sit online. They're not doing this. They're not doing that.
And complain.
Yes, we need to get this person out. We need to get, but then we're not showing up.
We are not showing up to vote.
So with the question that you just asked, I would use our news center as an example.
Yes.
When building, we had the support. we had the push from the city of Brooklyn Park.
Mhm.
From the mayors to the workers to everybody.
Mhm.
They wanted to see this happen.
Something more.
They heard our story. They knew where we started. We started in Brooklyn Park. We just wanted to bring that back. Although we're in Crystal, we
Yes.
wanted to come back. If we were going to build big, why not build big where our foundation was
Started.
laid?
Yes.
And that was very important to us. So to get the mayors and the what are they? The engineers, everybody that was just within the city, the council,
Mhm.
to vote for us, to want to see that happen, to actually be on our behalf, writing letters,
Yes.
stating things they wanted, coming to the land to see it. Even our pastors, we had prayer sessions on that land. We were anointing the land
No.
before we even started to build.
There you go.
That was big for us. Like it was just talking about it gives me goosebumps, but it was a wholesome feeling because everything was coming together. We didn't feel like it was just the Ziogar family on our own fighting for this. We had our village behind us
Yes.
who also wanted to see this happen.
It's a thing to be proud of, to see a black business in the state of Minnesota striving.
Yes.
I know people encounter circumstances during their business time and things like that, but with how far you guys have come, it's a testimony. Even a blind man or deaf man can testify that God's hands are in it.
Yes.
Because coming from a war-torn country, showing up in America, running probably the biggest daycare center in the state. It's something to be proud of.
It is.
Congratulations again.
Thank you.
Congratulations again.
Thank you.
We're going to move on to our next question here. Cultural preservation. Cultural preservation. How do arts, storytelling, and media shape the modern narrative of Black empowerment?
I love that question. So, as you stated, we have the map of Africa painted right when you walk in.
Yes.
My parents are originally from Liberia.
Mhm.
I am also Liberian. It's just that I was born in America. My siblings and I.
Yeah.
Culture is very important since I was young. Like even though I've never been to Liberia, it was always important for me to know our culture, know our customs.
Mhm.
When I'm around my elders, how to present myself, how to talk, how to be respectful. Although I'm born in America, that doesn't mean I should see you and call you by your first name.
Mhm.
I have to put a handle to your name.
Yes.
And so when we are at the daycare, one of the things we enjoy doing is introducing our foods. That's one big thing. A lot of people always just African food, African food, African food.
Mhm.
But to be able to teach the kids about what they're eating, to be able to have it approved by the state
Mhm.
to go ahead and feed the kids,
Mhm.
just simple things like spinach, beans, rice, things
Yes.
that they will already be eating at home, but now they're eating it in an establishment where they are coming to every day. They're
Mhm.
learning about these things. I made a joke where some of my kids came to the news center for the first time, and one of the little boys asked, he said, "Why is the map of Africa there?" And I said, "Because we're African." And one of the girls said, "Who's African? I'm not African." So I said, "Okay, maybe you're not African, but I'm African." And they were like, "Miss Chris, you African?" And I'm like, "Yes." And they're like, "Well, you don't talk African. You don't look African." And these kids are 7, 8 years old that I'm having this conversation with. So I said, "Well, I can sound African." And they were like, "Really?" And I'm like, "Yeah." So I just switched my Liberian English on, and they were all looking at me like, "What?"
What is she talking
And
about?
then because of the map of Africa,
Mhm.
that just opened up the door for the whole month of June and July. We talked about the countries,
The countries in Africa.
the continents.
Wow.
So it was beautiful. It was a learning opportunity. I got to learn with them. My teachers were able to put together lesson plans orchestrated around what we wanted to teach. And the kids, by the time they got done with the unit, they were like, "Oh wow. So we are from Africa." Yes,
Mhm.
all of
Mhm.
us are
Mhm.
from Africa.
Mhm.
So yeah.
You just woke up a sleeping giant because I was working on a proposal that um, after visiting so many schools, you understand? And the last school I visited was the last school that my son, I believe, either it was Minnetonka High School. They had a basketball game over there, right? I've been to Brooklyn Park, Osseo, Brooklyn Center. I've been to all those high
Minnetonka's
schools.
different.
I've checked every one of them. And I walk into this building, right?
It's like a college
And
campus.
college. I walk into this building. I almost took off my shoes.
Mhm.
You understand?
Mhm.
I'm in glass 60 feet from the ground up.
Mhm.
Beautiful place. Why would a child walk into that building and not be able to learn? Whereby everything is touchscreen.
Mhm.
From the cafeteria to the lunchroom to the exit pass and everything. Everything is digital, touchscreen.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? And I started writing a proposal that you just reminded me I should go back into my Google Drive and find it. I'm going to continue with that proposal.
Mhm.
I was anticipating writing a proposal that I'm going to send to the Senate and the representatives of each district in the state of Minnesota. We need to introduce in every elementary, high school, and colleges something called African culture.
Mm.
It's a lesson.
Mm.
They should put on the curriculum something called African culture. Because when you look through the state of Minnesota, the demographic proves that we are approximately 64% immigrants here. So, with you saying that, you understand, it's something which you guys are doing in your school, it's something which you guys are introducing to the kids. It's not to say you are driving them in a specific way or
No.
you are pushing them to lean
Learning.
towards the African culture. It's a matter of education, it's a matter of learning. You understand? And I believe it's going to be something good for the children because sometimes our children go to college, Iowa State, and in Iowa State, they talk about Burkina Faso in Iowa State. They be like, what? Burkina who? What? What did you just say? Was that a dialect or a language you spoke? You understand?
Mhm.
I'll go back to that. Thanks for reminding me.
So I do love the idea of introducing it, but you have to remember there's things they're trying to strip from the schools already anyway. So that's where for us when it comes to lesson planning,
Yeah.
I believe we are the foundation for these children.
Mhm.
That's why I love what I do.
Mhm.
I love that we get the kids from infants, toddler, preschool, school age. They go off to school, yes,
Yeah.
but they come back to us in the summer
In
and
the
we're
summer.
still teaching. So not everything they're learning from us, they're leaving and forgetting
Yeah.
because they come back. One of the things we do, we have Black History lessons as well.
Yes.
So one of the things some of my preschool parents love is when their kids are coming home and talking about all the Black History stuff that they've learned in
Yes.
daycare.
Mhm.
These are things they're not hearing about until they hit middle school, high school, not even in elementary, middle and high school.
Mhm.
We're already talking about Harriet Tubman, Martin Luther King,
Wow.
Rosa Parks,
Wow.
Ruby Bridges. We're
Wow.
talking about those people who were prominent in our civil rights movement. For us to be able to sit here today to be free to build businesses,
Yes.
even though all the odds are set up against us, but to be able to build these entities and sit and talk to our children. One of our big things I'll tell you right now, and I'll tell any parent that comes see me, we have to build for our Black and brown children what these people build for their white children. Because
Thank
you know
you.
why? When
Thank you,
our
Christina.
children are in white spaces, they are not treated the same. They are not looked at the same. They are not taught the same. You have some people don't even want to touch our children.
Mhm.
Our babies are crying and they don't want to pick them up.
Change the diapers.
They don't want to change them.
Mhm.
Bring the babies where they will be loved. Bring them where they're going to see people that look like them,
Yes.
hear people that sound like them,
Yes.
feel people that talk like them. I like when a child is crying, I want you to calm down and explain to Miss Chris why you're crying. Do you need a hug? That's my favorite question to ask any of my kids.
Wow.
Do you need a hug?
Wow.
And when they say yes, they know I'm that safe space where they can come and get that
Yeah,
hug.
and get a hug.
And that's so important.
It is
Their
important.
emotions are not being dismissed. Nope, man, go sit down, man. Oh, go sit over there. No, oh, don't touch me. No,
Or
come
reprogram.
sit on my lap. Let's talk about what's going on. I
It's a
look at these
beautiful thing.
babies as if they are my own.
It's a beautiful thing.
You bring your baby to me, that's my child. We just had preschool graduation on Friday, and one of the big things that we talked about was the unity. Some of these kids we've had since they were infants. Now they're going to kindergarten,
Mhm.
and it's parents, teachers, all of us sharing these stories and
Stories.
emotions together, and it's such a beautiful thing. It's such a
Yes.
beautiful experience.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank
You're
you.
welcome.
Thank you. It's if I don't have anything to do for the rest of my life, I mean, I pledge allegiance to support your journey.
Thank you.
You understand? Because the fact of the matter here is that in establishing this platform, after all the meetings, after all the calls, after all the registration and everything, the questions, the interview, oh, what are you guys going to be discussing? Oh, what the topic going to be about? Oh, and I look at the whole thing. I said, this platform is a no hold bar platform.
Mhm.
Okay, you can drop the QGMOROPQYZ. You can say whatever you want to say on this platform. As far as you are speaking the truth, you can say on this platform because we have been regulated.
Very much
We
so.
have been regulated, and that's where we had a little bit of delay before we start our platform. We have been regulated. You understand? You cannot say certain things because Facebook not going to carry you.
Mhm.
You cannot say certain things. Twitter not going to carry you.
They're gonna flag everything.
They're gonna flag everything.
Yeah.
You know, you cannot say certain things because X will block you right away or cut you off. And when X cuts you off, they blackmail you with the rest of their platform.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? So I look at the whole thing. I said, we are going for the highest of the highest license. We are going for the highest of the highest ticket, which is the no hold bar platform. And that's why when I bring my people in here, I expect the truth and nothing but the truth.
Mhm.
Because we have been told so long what to do, how it's done,
Yeah.
how it is.
Yeah.
You understand? I was watching a program with is it Terrence Howard? Terrence Howard, right?
Mhm. The actor.
The actor Terrence Howard.
Mhm.
All right. If you realize he's somewhere backstage right now, he's doing his own thing or whatever it is. I was watching a program about him, and he had an interview, and he asked the interviewer, "Who told you that 1 plus 1 is 2? Who told you that?" And they were on it for 4 hours.
Mm.
The guy could not prove that 1 plus 1 is 2.
Mm.
And Terrence said, "Let me tell you." He said, 1 plus 1 have the possibility of being 3 according to what you are adding together. Whether it's an item, liquid, fluid, or whatever it is,
Okay.
it could multiply
Okay.
instead of doubling.
Yeah.
You understand? So they argue for almost 4 hours. And it comes back to our community, especially in the Black community. You understand? We have been so deprived of information, deprived to the extent that today, as we speak, parents does not know what their children are doing in colleges.
Mhm.
You can call the parents right now. Say, what's your son geometry teacher name? Parents don't know.
And you know, I have a problem with that. You know why? Because they say, "Oh, you're 18 now." So my mom and I had this discussion with my son is in college now,
Yeah.
as you know. So they want me to make sure all the accounts are paid off. But if I call and I need information about the school, oh, we can't give you that. His grades, oh, we can't give you that. He has to add you onto the account to be able to call and ask questions. But when you guys need the money, y'all know the parents to call. But when it's anything involved in their academics, it's going against because the children, well, because they're young adults now.
Mhm,
So
mhm.
once they're over 18, we have no access to the insight of what their school, their grades, their teachers. My son dropped classes and we didn't even know until the end of the semester.
Unbelievable.
Yes.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
It's something in which we are, as parents, we need to look into seriously because when it comes to our children education, and the longevity in this country, we have to be concerned and we have to play part and parcel of what they do in school. Education is a key thing in this country. Education is a key thing.
Well, now, just to piggyback off what you're saying, we're living in a time where social media is teaching us that you don't have to go to college to be successful. And they have people that are, what are they called?
Blogging,
Bloggers, content creators.
content creators.
So it's like, if I could sit at home and just set my camera up, talk in the camera, and I'm making hundreds of thousands of dollars, what am I going to school for? Then you have to think about, okay, when that time comes to an end, what's next? And I'll always remember when I was younger, I wanted to be a model because, I was skinny.
Yeah.
I was so pretty.
I remember.
And my mom said to me, she said, you're beautiful, yes, but you have to go to school because you got to have something up here. Because one day that beauty is going to fade. Everything is going to change. The body change. The way you look is going to change.
Yes.
Then what do? I was like, dang, I never thought about that.
I thought about it.
So
I know.
That's the key thing. I think parents should make sure we're having those real talks with our kids. Okay, you don't want to go to school, at least get a trade. So today, tomorrow, if whatever you're doing at the moment that you're comfortable with doesn't work out anymore, you have that cushion to fall back on.
Yes.
And that's very important.
Yes. At least
Yes.
2 years of college degree before you fold the towel.
Something.
At least 2 years of college degree before you can fold the towel. Ladies and gentlemen, we are on the road. 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 And with me today in studio is no other person but Sis Christina. And we thank you for making the time possible and for making it here in studio with us. We appreciate your time and effort.
Thank you for having me.
We are coming up to 6:36 and we are just starting. We are warming up the chairs and we are just starting. We are treating community and empowerment, including education today. And education is something in which is basically it's a nightmare in our community. Education is a nightmare in our community because if I tell you stories, you will shed tears. A guy, was it Thursday? Yeah, I believe it was Thursday. He's a high school teacher. No. He's not a high school teacher. He's a freshman teacher, college teacher, a professor. He walked out of the classroom bawling, crying. A black man.
He's frustrated.
You should know if a black man start crying and go public, you should know that he's broken.
Yeah.
This guy was crying, and he was crying. And then I'm waiting to find out why is he crying. It was all about a class work that they were doing in class. 19 students in class.
He only got 2 assignments back.
English homework.
Oh, Lord.
English homework. Composition. Right? Making sentences. He was teaching them how to use adverb and adjectives.
And that's stuff they should have already known.
In sentences. He went to the saying of writing the complete sentence and left out where the adjective and the adverb go and give it to them and tell them to fill it in. 2 words, 19 students. Guess how many of them wrote on a piece of paper?
2.
2!
I guess.
And this guy looked at the whole class and he took the homework and he threw it away. He went outside and started crying. He even went live. He started crying. He said, he's done. He's done. And I look at the situation at hand when he was doing that and I said to myself, wow. So something is starting to happen. Could this be true? But we're not going to let that to be true. We're going to continue pushing. We're going to continue making the efforts and we'll continue doing everything we can. Because our journey on this earth is not for us and us alone. It is for our future and it's for our children and our children's children. Whichever foundation we lay today is the foundation they're going to build upon tomorrow. They're not going to start digging brand new foundation because tomorrow is coming.
Yeah.
Today is here. Yesterday, I believe, is gone. If that's what it is.
Yep.
If yesterday is really gone. But I'll leave that topic for another day.
Yesterday is gone. We can't relive yesterday. It's only in the thoughts.
No, it's something in which I will let that be. I will let that be.
Okay.
I will handle that another day. Yesterday is gone, she said. Moving on to my next question for you. We are coming to intergenerational dialogue.
Okay.
Intergenerational dialogue. How can young leaders and seasoned elders, the key word there is seasoned, how can young leader and seasoned elders collaborate more effectively to drive progress within?
I love that question so much. So I like to just speak on my own experiences.
Yes, you're
with the
welcome.
question.
You're
So
welcome.
at our daycares, we have quite a few older women that work there.
Mhm.
I prefer to hire older women.
Mhm.
I feel like I enjoy hiring women who need to work, who want to work because they
Want
got
to
bills to pay.
Yes.
Versus the young girls where we still live at home with our parents. We don't really need money,
Mhm.
so we call off anytime. We're always sick. But one of the things I like for me, a lot of the older women, what they tell me is they enjoy my patience. Although they see me as a boss, I don't like to say I'm anybody's boss. They
Yes,
see me
yes.
as a boss because I hired them. I'm teaching them. They're working basically under me. I still speak to them with humility. I still look at them as they could be my mom, my
Mhm.
grandma,
Mhm.
working with them. If they make a mistake, I don't believe in scolding people because they made a mistake. I'm like, hey, this isn't how we do it. This is the correct way. I like to use it as a teaching moment,
Yes.
give an example, and we can fix it so that the next time you can think about it before
Mhm.
that same mistake is made. So this summer we launched. Well, we kind of did it a couple of years ago, but this summer was the official time where we started hiring younger girls. So
Mhm.
we hired a couple of our daycare babies who are now teenagers and wanted their first job.
Mm.
So what I've actually been doing was making it my duty to be the best leader that I can be for these young girls.
A role model.
So if you changing diapers, Miss Chris changed diapers too.
Mhm.
I clean noses, I wipe faces, I sit in the classroom, I teach. Everything I hire my staff to do,
Mhm.
I do it as well.
Mm.
So with that being said, I like with my young girls, I encourage them CDA. It's called it's basically an associate's degree
Yeah.
for early child development.
Okay.
So it's a 1-year program and I'll encourage them. So in the past, we used to pay for the CDA for
Mhm.
all of our staff. But then the problem we was having was we would pay for it and then they don't finish, or we will pay for it, they finish, and they don't uphold their end of the contract and they leave to go work somewhere else. So what we did a couple of years ago, we're like, okay, we'll meet our staff halfway. If you're interested in CDA, we will pay half, you will pay half. Because then I started seeing that, like, okay, if they're at least paying some money out of their pocket,
Mhm.
then they're going to want to finish it and see it through.
Yes.
So with my newer, younger girls this year, we've been looking for grants that can help them
Mhm.
with CDA. And I tell the younger generation, like especially these girls that are fresh out of high school, like we were saying a little while ago,
Yes.
they don't know what they want to do. I don't know if I want to go to college. I don't know if I just want to work.
Mhm.
So if you come to the daycare and you enjoy working with the kids, why not get your CDA? Because now you're building a career that can hold you up for now until you're ready to be like, okay, I did this for 5-6 years. I'm ready to go try something else. But then you always have that CDA to fall back on if you go try something else. Let's say you go back to school for nursing and you need to work evenings because nursing school is during the day. Then you can come back and be an evening teacher because you have that CDA. So just helping these young girls, boys to start thinking about the future instead of only the right now. Think about what you can do tomorrow. think about the kind of certificates you can get, the certifications you can get. A lot of the classes that we do as daycare providers, I encourage, even if they're the 16, 17-year olds, come with us to these classes because this is knowledge that you're going to have forever. This is knowledge that stays on your record and you build on it. So I love
That's
that
good.
question.
That's good. That's good. I
Thank you.
appreciate that. I appreciate that. And you know, the the system is what it is, and if we to change the system, we have to adapt. We have to adapt, and with our adaptation, we have to be able to self-include.
Mhm.
You understand? We cannot just, take the check, cash it, and spend it ourselves.
Mhm.
We have to be able to teach our own how to make the check,
Yeah.
how to take the check to the bank,
Yeah.
cash it, how to spend it wisely too. All right, Christina, we're going to move on to my next question for you here. Uh, this one is close and dear to my heart.
Okay.
Technology and access to technology.
Mhm.
What steps are needed to bridge the digital technology divide in the underserved neighborhoods?
Oh,
What
wow.
steps can we take to bridge the gap?
That's very interesting. So, me personally, I feel like our kids have too much access to technology, um, from school to home. And this is why we have that gap with their education because a lot of them are dependent on the technology.
Mentally,
But now, when you say, how can we bridge the
to bridge the
gap?
gap. Yeah.
It goes back to that foundation, the schools. Our children are usually in schools where they don't have access to all the things that their counterpart students would have or classmates would have. So I would say starting that foundation with schools. Not all parents can afford computers at home,
Hmm.
can afford iPads
Hmm.
and tablets and things like that. So if they have access to it at school or the libraries,
Hmm.
and that's another thing going back to parents encouraging their kids. Libraries are so important. The libraries are not being used as much as they should be by our youth.
Yes.
So I would really say not so much of having the access at home, but the access in these spaces where they are. If I have a paper to write and I don't have a computer at home, I should at least have a library access to be able to go to and use the computer for a couple hours to get my research done, to get my paper done, things like that.
That's good. That's good. That's good. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. Technology and access to technology is something in which, in today's world, um, it can be good to you. It cannot be good to you.
Hmm.
And with our children in this new age, which is the 21st century, um, digitization and technology is something in which um, is growing, and they're growing pretty fast in
Yes.
every family.
And their attention span is so short because of the things that they're watching
Oh wow!
on the technology. So, like for my kids, I have a 6-year-old and an 8-year-old. They're only allowed on their devices on the weekends. My husband is very big on that. He doesn't want them on it Monday through Friday. Now, when they're at the daycare, we have iPads at the daycare.
Mhm.
They sneak on them, and then when I come in and I'll be like, "Y'all want me to call your dad?" They're like, "No, mom, no." They'll put it away. But the weekends is like that freedom time, but it's also limited. So we have to, as parents, when they have the access to these devices, you got to know what they're on.
Mhm.
They can be exposed to so much. So reading is still important, although they are only allowed their iPads on the weekends,
Mhm.
but it's limited. So they still have to read. They still have chores. They still have other things they have to do apart from that device.
Yes, yes, yes. Thanks a lot. Thanks
Yeah.
a lot, ladies and gentlemen. Again, this is Dan Ogamba, the son of Africa. You are watching the journey of the legendary gentleman. In studio with me today is no other person but my sister Christina. She's here representing Christina Chakia Center in Brooklyn Center, and she's standing her ground. She's standing her ground. Parents, if you're a parent out there, pay attention. because the future is not told, the future is written.
Yeah.
Our children are growing up, our children are coming up. When it's all said and done, when we are old and wretched, what will we be proud of tomorrow? The foundation we lay today. So please do all you can. Pay attention to your children. Pay attention to their education. Pay attention to their friendship. Pay attention to who they visit, who they eat with, who they go to. Pay attention to their phone, their laptop, their computer. Pay attention because you do not know. You do not know. And parents, I'll tell you this for free. Please do me a favor. Even if you don't go at least once every Friday, go to your children's school, pay them a visit, go to the school and see who is Mr. Jones that is teaching your child math. Go and see who is he. Make sure you look at him. Say, hello, Mr. Jones. Are you the Jones that teaches my son mathematics in school? Introduce yourself so that Mr. Jones can know that your son, Kwame, have a father or have a mother. You know, I don't want to start yelling at the parents right now. We're gonna move on to our last but not the least question: health and equity. We are discussing health and equity right now. What are the biggest opportunities to improve healthcare equity and the outcome in Black families today? In Black families today,
Visiting the doctors. You know, we as Black people, we as African people, pepper soup fix everything. Um, so
she said pepper soup fix everything.
pepper soup fix everything. Oh, you got a headache? Go drink small soup.
Small soup.
Or ginger ale fix everything. But it's important that we're going to the doctors. We're making sure our children are not afraid of the doctor.
Doctors.
Take your children for those visits. Let them get their screenings done. Let them get what they need to be healthy individuals. So I would say for me, I had open heart surgery 5 years ago. So I'll just give you a little backstory. We didn't find out I would need surgery until I was 31 years old. Mind you, this was a birth defect that I was born with. It was never caught. All the years that I had gone to the doctor, they had always said I had a heart murmur. So I was going to a regular doctor visit, and my doctor she said, something doesn't sound right. And I said, oh, I was born with a heart murmur. And she's like, no, it sounds like a little more than just a heart murmur. Now, prior to this, 3 years prior to my doctor discovering this, I went to the doctor because I felt heart flutters. So basically it was like I could feel my heart kind of like vibrate, and then I would be short of breath. So I went to the clinic. The lady that I saw, she's like, well, I don't hear anything, but take this medication. It should help. That was it. And I told my mom, I'm like, I'm not taking this because I feel like she didn't even like really check.
Sure.
She didn't do no x-rays. She just asked me a couple questions. I told her what I was feeling. Because she didn't hear it at the moment. She dismissed me. Now, fast forward 3 years later, when my OBGYN just said, I just want you to see a cardiologist just to be safe. Even if it's nothing, at least you saw them.
Yes.
So I went to the cardiologist. By the time I got an appointment, we had found out I was pregnant with my daughter. That's my third child. So mind you, I had 2 children already with this birth defect that I was born with. So when I went to the cardiologist, he's like, oh, if you're pregnant, you can't see me. You need a specialist. So I was like, oh, okay. So I went to see the specialist. Then they said, okay, on the, what is it called? EKG. We see that your heart is 5 times, the right side was 5 times the size it was supposed to be. So basically the right side of my heart was taking up way more space. And that's why I was so tired. That's why I was having the shortness of breath. And then the left side was working hard to try to keep up with the right side. So they said, they thought it was a hole. So they're like, okay, since you're pregnant, there's not much we can do. But because we know there's an issue now, we have to consider you as high risk. So I had to go to the doctor every week, and I hated it because I was like, I had 2 other kids. Nothing was wrong. So I went to the doctor every week. Fast forward, had the baby, healthy baby. They were checking my heart every week. She came, then they said, okay, now we see what it is. It's not a hole. Your pulmonary vein needs to be rerouted. So basically, my pulmonary vein, instead of going out into the body, it made a loop. I was born with it connected the wrong way. So all this blood for 30 something years had just been, yes, it wasn't going out into the body. It's just going in a circle, basically. So what they had to do was, I was like, I was scared. I was like, I just had a baby. I got 3 kids. What if something happens? Wow. So my husband was like, look, I need you here. I need you with me. I need you with our children. So if this is what needs to be done to ensure that you're here, we need to do it. My mom and dad were like, you got to do it. So I'm like, God won't give me nothing I can't handle. And my dad said, this is why he made the medical team to see what's wrong so you can take care of it. Yeah. So I went ahead. I had open heart surgery, and they rerouted my pulmonary vein. It's been 5 years. It's been good. My own laziness is my biggest setback. I'm supposed to be walking every day for 30 minutes. But yeah.
The treadmill can help.
Yeah, and my husband bought me a treadmill, and
don't tell me it's in the garage.
It's downstairs. I be feeling like it's too far. But I'm working on it.
Please do.
So that's what I talk about with that. Just checking in on our health. Listening to our bodies. Parents, listening to your children. Always look for a second opinion too. Yes. If you feel something's not right and one doctor is just like, it's not a big deal, go get another opinion. Even if you got to get a third or fourth. We know our body.
Yes. And that's the thing with our community out there. We come from Africa and we come over here to the United States and we believe that everything people say or everything they say is true. You walk into a hospital with your child, you a mother, you got an instinct, you know something is wrong, but the doctor is telling you nothing is wrong. So the doctor said nothing is wrong, we can go back home, it's okay, it will go past. No, it won't go past. You need to go for a second opinion.
Yes.
You need to go for a second opinion and check and see what exactly is going on.
Yes.
And it's not only our children. There are mothers out there, adults out there, youth out there, elders out there that go to the hospital and upon checking themselves, the doctor say, oh, you are okay, you are healthy or whatever it is. And then you get home. The doctor says, I'm okay, but I can still feel this problem. You know what I'm saying? Please, people, ladies and gentlemen, this is the journey of the legendary gentleman. You are welcome to join us. You are welcome joining us. We would say thank you for all the subscription. We say thank you for sharing our platform. If you're on X, if you're in Studio Land, whichever platform you're watching us on, we say thank you for joining us. And with us today, if our sister here with us, Sis Christina. Christina, I'm going to go to my last question for you, and then we have fun for the last few minutes. Okay. Defining success. That's my very last question for you. What does true community empowerment look and feels like for the next generation in view?
Okay. So I like to see myself as the next generation. So my parents started this business, right? And my siblings and I are going to be the ones who have to nurture it, continue to build on it. And then we have to get our children ready. So my brothers and I are big on community engagement. So we are the ones, my mom and dad are old school. We're the ones that bring all the ideas. So last year we did a big community barbecue. It was the beginning of the school year, end of the summer. So we provided all the food, all the drinks, and we cooked outside, we grilled, and there were kids that were at the park coming over, and they were like, wow, what is this? What is it? Believe it or not, a lot of people still don't know that we are a family-owned, Black-owned daycare center. So to get so many children, and that was the purpose of what we were doing, it was for the children. So yes, we have some of our daycare families, but we also have other families as well. For our Liberian Independence Day celebration that we just had, we sponsored the children area for the kids, the bouncy houses and things like that. So I feel like it's my duty to be in the community. Even if my parents can't, like that's why I
Mhm.
wanted to make sure I show up today. It was very important. Like, okay, I signed up for this. I said I'll be there and I'm gonna be there. Same thing with the daycare center. When we have families that have birthday parties or kids are not well in the hospital,
Mhm.
I show up. I go on behalf of my family.
Mhm.
I go to the birthday parties. I go to the family visits. When we have grandparents who pass away, we help to sponsor the catering, the food for them, things like that. So I feel like it's very important that our presence is seen and is felt,
Yes.
is known. That is very important to me, making sure that we are a part of the community and we're giving back to the community in which we serve.
Okay. 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 Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. It's something in which we look deep into. It's something in which we pay attention to on this platform. Again, ladies and gentlemen, this is Dan Ogamba, the son of Africa. I'm here with my sister, Christina, and she's representing Christina Child Care Center. And I will say, if you are in New Hope, Crystal, New Brighton, Brooklyn Center, Coon Rapids, wherever you are within 50 miles radius, I would like for you to check them out.
Please do.
Check them out. Just go for a visit, hang out with them 10 minutes, 15 minutes. See if you want to do that a little bit of 2 hours overtime and get your child or get your children to a better place. Forget about the Mahawa daycare center thing. I mean, I got nothing against Mahawa, but take your child to a place or to an institution that when your child go home, they will wish to go back there tomorrow. You understand? Take your child to an institution that when your child go home, they will say, "Oh, mom, our daycare today we learn A, B, C, D." You understand?
I spell my name. I'm
Take your child.
writing.
Our people sometimes they manage the finance in a way that they're not supposed to be managing the finance.
Mhm.
You understand? They prefer that $300 to send to Liberia, but that $300 could pay for the next president of the United States to go
Oh,
to a
yes.
good child care.
Oh, yes.
So, because of all these little slips and cracks that we go through in the beginning of our children's life,
Mhm.
when they are all grown and get out of high school, they are lost because the foundation was never laid.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
And institution like you guys is place in which if my brother, my sister will have children tomorrow, in fact, my godchildren, I'm consulting with the parents to see how best we can get them over there,
Mhm.
because I witnessed what you guys did to my son,
Mhm.
for my son Alvin.
Mhm.
I saw what you guys did for Sammy,
Mhm.
Udaras. I saw what you guys did for them today. I mean, maybe this will be a breaking news for you. Udaras is in the military.
Wow.
You understand? You understand? And
Oh my
Sammy
God.
is working for one of the biggest aerospace company in America today.
Oh,
You understand? So it's the foundation.
yes.
You
Thank
understand?
you. Yes.
You understand? It's the foundation. And with that being said, we have to figure out a way for our children to have the right steps
Yes.
early on. Early on. Not when they're late, when they're soft and jelly,
Yes.
that's the time we have to mold them. Because when they become rigid, with their chest up and the muscles start to grow, be like, Dad, I'm not going to do that. Or I don't want to do that. You understand?
Mhm.
But if we mold them when they are all young,
Mhm.
if you
Have to
say,
lay the foundation.
yes, the foundation,
It's the
the
foundation.
foundation, and
Mhm.
we say, go and clean your room, you'd be like, yes, sir. You understand?
Yeah.
You're not going to tell me go clean it yourself,
No.
So,
They might try.
I'll pray for them.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, again, we are in studio land. We are coming up to 7:04, in which we are rounding things up here. Thanks for coming. Thanks
Thank
for
you for
coming.
having
Thanks for
me.
coming. Thanks for standing in the gap for the family. Thanks for standing in the gap for Christina Child Care Center. We appreciate your time here, and with all our questions, we're expecting you to make mistake on one of these questions so that I can get on you, But we give God the glory that you are able to make it here. And thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. Can you believe today we didn't even play our introductory song? And I believe we're not even going to play our introductory song when we're leaving. That's the privilege we're giving you, because we're giving you all the time and ever. We will call it a day for now. And thanks to everyone for tuning in. Thanks to everyone for tuning in. Again, this platform is for the people, with the people, and we are here. And we are here to stay.
Give
Again,
us a call, Christina's Child Care Center.
Yes,
We're
yes. Do that. We're gonna look at our calendar. We'll look at our schedule and see if we can squeeze you guys. I want your mom here. I want her here. I want her here because Sister Sophia, she- him people like that. I want her in the studio so she can be able to tell her story. You understand? Tell her story. It's gonna empower somebody in the future. Being a refugee is not a joke.
No, it's not.
You understand? Living in a war-torn country is not a joke. And coming to the United States of America and becoming one of the most recognized names in this state, it's a journey.
Yeah.
It's a journey by itself.
Yeah.
So I will say kudos to you guys. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, again with me is Sis Christina. Sis Christina, I give you 1 minute. Look into that camera, speak to my audience out there. Give parents an advice for their children. Yes. Give them an advice for the children.
All right. Hello, everyone. Again, my name is Christina. I'm here representing Christina's Child Care Center. Newest establishment in Brooklyn Park, Minnesota. I believe in laying the foundation of our students for tomorrow. These babies, toddlers, preschoolers, all of these little people that we are bringing into the world, they need foundation laid so that they have something to grow upon. We like to work with parents in laying the foundation so that we can work together. Simple skills, something as simple as potty training. You won't believe how many kids I see 3 to 4 years old that are not potty trained yet. So wow. I always say I love to work with parents. Y'all can lead, we can lead, and then we all work together and getting our students where they need to be so that they can be successful when they leave daycare and they go off to school as they grow in the world. Thank you.
Thanks a lot for that deliberation. It's a beautiful thing. Ladies and gentlemen, this is your one and only Dan Ogamba, the son of Africa. We are dialing it down and we're going to be leaving studio in few seconds. Again, next Sunday, we're going to have in studio with us no other person but the greatest pastor that ever walked the surface of the United States of America. And he's no other but the Honorable Pastor James Manny. Pastor James Manny. He's going to be with us and he's going to be transmitting from his comfort in his home in New York City. If you haven't heard about him, Google his name, Pastor James Manny. We are going to be here for 2 hours nonstop and we're going to bring truth to the table. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for tuning in. Sis Christina, thanks a lot.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. We say thanks to everyone and goodbye for now. Goodbye.